Hi there and welcome. I'm Jemima from Tongue and Tonic. I hope this finds you well. I'm here to give you a little fortnightly update at the moment. So welcome. I am a Chinese medicine practitioner and a psychic, medium, and things in between, spiritual counselor or coach or guidance individual. And I'm absolutely here to inform you about what is happening at our centre. And also with our communities that we are a part of and a community that we have and host at our centre called the New Earth Community. So welcome. I hope this finds you very well. It's lovely in Melbourne. It's a beautiful day. That's where we are, just down the road from the store. I like to keep it local. Our store is located in Elstonwick, 474 Glen Huntly Road. If you haven't been down, come on down. We have a little sale on at the moment, which is actually on until Sunday, and it's 15% all items over $8. So it's quite the bargain, and it's pretty exciting. And yeah, we've had like really great responses. People are super excited. I've had a couple of suppliers that have come in and dropped off new products as well, which has been great. So we've all stocked up on beautiful crystal lamps, and we're all stocked up on jewelry, especially, beautiful rings. I do have a couple of sad announcements that a couple of the rings were stolen, which is a bit of a problem, theft in general. However, this, generally I look at it as if the person desperately needed that bit of henna or that crystal, then maybe it was for them. And at the end of the day, life comes back around and you do pay for things. I mean, I stole a chocolate bar when I was 15 or 16, and I will never forget it. Never. And I never ever stole anything after that. Um, so a ring's a pretty big thing, though. I have had a couple of people bring things back and pay for them because they felt so guilty and so bad. This was a $400 ring that was stolen. So that's going to be pretty heavily weighted on that person. And it's interesting that you would choose to steal from a shop where we really are just there to support our community and be there for people. The advice that we offer to people is generally free from the person that's standing behind the desk. And we have shown up. We've shown up for our community for over 4 years now. So if you do see anyone that is stealing in the store, approach them, let us know. It's usually not something that anybody wants to do. Nobody wants to steal. They're doing it. You do it for another reason. I understand that you do it when you're young, but maybe when you're older, you need some help. So it is important to step up and help those people as well. Yeah. But at the end of the day, stealing from a single mum with two kids that has gone through a lot, as well as you're stealing from all the staff that work there and that represent and that are really sitting there in their heart space. So to do that, it will be a heavy weight on you. And why carry that around with you? We're stepping into the new earth. We're stepping into the newness. We're in the crystalline. So carrying that weight seems silly. If you need help and support, just ask. Um, and we've got lay-by. If you really can't afford something, pay it off. If you really desperately want something and you're super young and you don't have a job, come and do voluntary hours at the store. There's plenty of ways to get things that you want. Sometimes it just takes a bit of courage and to come and have a discussion and have some negotiations. We're always looking for volunteers to come by, and I'm happy if you want to volunteer because you really want something and you want to, pay it off somehow. We can always work something out. So there's always another way. Choose the way of the light for yourself, so that you can continue to step into that light, and be surrounded by that light, and then have that light mirrored back to you from the aspects in your life. Okay. move on to the next. So we are still running tasters, which kind of surprised me when I first started it months and months ago. This is the 4th month of tasters. We do welcome Andrew to the mix. He's our homeopath who has been upstairs working for a while now, and he's chosen to come down and bring his offering to the taster areas. All the taster sessions have gone up to $45, as the original prices were really only just a little, it was only really meant to run for a month, maybe two. So here we are in the 4th month. And so things do need to go up, as we do need to pay the bills and the staff and everything else that goes along with that. So they are still super affordable. So they're all at a flat rate of $45 for every session. It's still an amazing opportunity to step into. So please do take advantage of it. It's not going to go on forever. I do have other plans hatching in the works. So come along to those. We still have all of our practitioners upstairs that are offering amazing services. We've got the addition of bamboo massage now. So we've got 2 types of massage that you may have never heard of that you might like to experience. We've got bamboo massage and kahuna massage. Maybe these things are something that you've experienced and you've never seen them offered in Melbourne before. So do come along if this is of interest to you. We've also got Reiki practitioners upstairs, Chinese medicine, spiritual coaching, or spiritual. I feel like coaching is the word, is not, is there could be a better word than coaching. I personally see it as guidance, because, sometimes somebody is able to offer a multiple perspective that you may not have considered, and nobody's here to tell you what to do. No one's here to judge you. We're only simply here to give you the tools. We're here to remind you of, or remind you of aspects that you may have closed down for yourself. We're here to remind you of your core values. We're here to help you re-engage with yourself in a way that you may have forgotten how to do, or you may have not learnt the tools to step into, or potentially they didn't resonate at another time, and this might be the time to start to step in. We've also got hypnotherapy, and gosh, what else? Oh, we've got psychic readings galore. We have so many psychics at the center, but at the end of the day, we're all psychics, and we're all just slowly stepping into our psychic ability. Some people are a little bit further down the road than others, and sometimes just providing that clarity for you from one of our practitioners will be extremely helpful to help you get down your road of where you want to go to truly reach your goals of manifestation. Great. We also have weekly classes. We have weekly yoga with Anne. Those sessions have gone up to $20. They were super cheap at 15, and Anne just pours her heart out in these sessions and, does the most amazing job for everyone. And so I have just put her prices up $5, which really isn't that much, just to remind her to value herself, as we all need that reminder. I also need that reminder. So we have stepped that up a little bit as well. We also have Megan, who stepped forward, and she does weekly meditation sessions. However, just a side note there, this coming Sunday, the 23rd of July, Megan will be away, so there will not be a meditation session this week. And then I believe next week, the 30th of July is the full moon session. So when we have a full moon, the meditation sessions they will take a break, and we'll be doing the full moon session. The full moon session does, or the full moon ceremony does, include meditation in the session, and it is a little bit more of a longer extended session. That one goes for 2 hours, whereas the meditation sessions do go for an hour. Meditation sessions are $20 for the hour, and the full moon ceremonies are $35 for the hour, for the 2 hours. The full moon sessions are $35 for 2 hours. The 30th of July is we also, maybe you know, maybe you don't know, we also run a whole community, the New Earth community from Tongue and Tonic upstairs. We run that in the lounge room. We run those sessions And what happens at those New Earth sessions? I'll let you know. So often we have a speaker that comes along, and we are very focused on spiritual growth and development. So a lot of our practitioners provide practical, esoteric, and other tools to help you along your journey to your spiritual growth or journey. We also have a couple of super practical sessions coming up, and they will be sessions about planting your garden. I'm going to add in a little spin and add in the spiritual aspect as well about how to, plant your garden. You can plant some crystals through your garden. We also have a geologist. Our Kahuna practitioner is also a geologist, which is wild. So he's also going to talk a little bit about and share a little bit of information about how, which kind of stones or rocks or gems, and I'll help as well. Which ones are also going to help with growing your garden and making sure that your garden is as vibrant as you deserve. So those sessions are the first Monday of every month, and that's the day session, and that runs from 12 till 2 p.m. The evening session runs from 7 p.m. till 9 p.m., and that is the third Monday of every month. So we've got the first Monday of every month for the day session and the third Monday of every month for our evening session. The evening sessions run from 7 till 9 p.m. This week we have the beautiful Nicole Ben Simon, and she is coming to do the QHHT group hypnotherapy session, which is going to be fabulous. You may miss this after it's edited because it is actually Monday as I'm recording this. However, we will have her back again, which is super exciting. As another feather to our cap, we are also a part of the Frankston My Place market, which runs every third Sunday of every month. This is, I believe the address is 457 off the top of my head, Nepean Highway in Frankston. That's a community that was started by Darren. They're a whole bunch of amazing people. We're looking at doing further collaborations with them. We were just there yesterday, which was super exciting. And we pretty much took half the center with us. We had a bamboo massage practitioner there. We had a Kahuna massage practitioner there. We had Andrew, the homeopath. We had Anne, who's a contributor, and as well as our yoga teacher. She makes the beautiful cards at the store, some of our cards in the store. We had Francesca there, and Francesca provides the beautiful malas in the store. And she is also the co-creator of the New Earth community with me. So we were all there cruising along, having a great day. It's a really great market to go to. I ended up getting a plate of food there. I'm a difficult one to please sometimes as I'm gluten free and mostly a vegetarian. And there was food there for me. Like I had a whole plate of food for $15. And then I was speaking to one of the organizers, Stephanie, and she said to me, "Oh, yeah, they come every month and they donate all of their proceeds to charity." So this is just a whole bunch of givers, this whole bunch of people that really just want to do a great thing for our community, for all of our communities, and they're a really great benchmark of people to look up to and look towards and definitely help to support. So if you are in the Frankston area on the third Sunday of the month from 10 till 3, do come along and join us there. We have a really great time. Half the time we're all giggling and minding each other's stalls as we go to everyone else's stalls and chat to everyone and buy our bits and pieces for the month. They've even got fresh fruit and veg. People come down from their farm and set up. So they literally do have everything that you might require. And there's lots of lovely little baked goods there too. And lots of therapies that you might want to step into that you've never seen before or give a little try to. I've definitely had tried quite a few new therapies that I'd never even heard of. And I've done a lot of research on a lot of alternative medicine and therapies. So it was exciting to have that opportunity to experience something new, which always floats my boat. New things change. It's exciting to step into. And hopefully it ignites some sort of light in you as well. Right. The other thing that I would really, really love to talk about because it's been coming up for me, I'm not sure if it's been coming up for you. As we step into the crystalline, a lot of our memories or Akashic memories may be returning to you. And it may seem weird, and some people think that they may be going a little bit crazy or cuckoo. This is a really normal process as we start to remember our past. One of our difficulties with incarnating on Earth is that when you incarnate, you instantly forget. You forget everything. You forget all your past lives, and that's why we're still locked in this discussion of, oh, you only come for one life, and then you don't do anything. And I don't know. For me, that just there's no resonance there because what a waste. Like you learn so much in every lifetime. Why would you then just shelf that? It just seems so it just doesn't seem right to me. Doesn't add up. So for me, I'm and have been for a very long time. I've been very engaged in Akashic Records and tapping into my own Akashic Records. You can do so with practitioners. I believe we've got some practitioners at the store. Do head to the website. I'm going to do a little plug, www.tongueandtonic.com.au, to read some of the profiles of our practitioners who do Akashic Records readings as well. So, but you can tap into your own Akashic Records, and I personally have been tapping into my Akashic Records for many, many years. When I first became fully fledged as a Chinese medicine practitioner over 15 years ago, was sort of tapping in at that point, and I had a lot of visions of my head being cut off because I was too vocal, but I was definitely like a kind of a little old Asian herbalist guy. And I do always say I'm Asian on the inside because we do carry all of our lives with us. What can you say about that? There's nothing else to say about that. So, and I do, because a lot of my knowledge when I received it, it just felt familiar and it just started locking in when I was studying. I was like, oh, that makes sense. Oh, I feel like I already knew that. Oh, and everything was easy to remember. I didn't I barely had to rote learn anything, a couple of things for sure, but it just made so much sense. And it just locked in, locked in, locked in, locked in for me. Recently, I have been, the last couple of years, I've been looking a lot into Atlantis and Lemuria as I felt quite a lot of interest about Atlantis, but I'd never felt that I was truly there or engaged with that species myself. But I've always felt very attracted to crystals, never known why, just very intuitively attracted to them, and very sort of naturally was able to use them as well. So I feel much more affiliated with the Lemurian life, but I also feel very, very affiliated with the sea. When I was younger, very blessed to have a pool. And I'll just give you a little story here. When they were building the pool, they were sort of digging everything in the backyard, and away they were going, and then bang, 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 they knocked. They had to stop. What's happened? Oh, there's this enormous boulder. So instead of having um, a couple of meter deep pool at the deep end, it actually ended up being 30 meters deep because, no, 25 meters deep. I'm sure my mum will correct me. I hope she does at some point, maybe 25 meters deep, because there was this enormous boulder in the land that they had to pull out, which pretty much gave the pool that real depth. I do remember spending hours and hours and hours just underwater watching my hair float, when you're underwater and your hair floats, and just like looking at my hair and having kind of visions of I was definitely a mermaid. Definitely. It just makes sense to me. And I would spend a lot of time. I'd spend a lot of time underwater. I could hold my breath for a really long time. And I just have this affinity, and it was a saltwater pool as well. We'd only ever had a saltwater pool. And my parents have always lived close to the beach. My dad has this thing that he has to be close to the beach. He's always been close to the beach. We grew up in Williamstown. He's gone to the beach every day. I think most of his adult life, no, his entire adult life, pretty much. He copes poorly when he's away from the water, and I do believe that, through through your through your blood, like things come about, uh, you know, and it actually makes a lot of sense to me that potentially one of my lifetimes and through my family bloodline, because why would you enter into the same or a similar, you need to enter into a same or similar family bloodline in order to assimilate well with the energy of the body, the soul with the energy of the body, or it makes it a lot easier. Otherwise, you feel uncomfortable or itchy or like you want to get out or it's not quite the right fit. A soul and the chemistry and makeup of blood and a body is really important. It is an alchemy, um, in my personal opinion and in my belief system. Uh, whether that resonates with you, I'm not sure, but it certainly resonates with me. So these images and thoughts of being coming back to me recently of being a siren or a mermaid, and those sirens are can be a bit nasty. There's some nasty stories about sirens. I do see I had a little bit of wily sirenness in my youth, uh, and I also have had a lot of interactions with singing or voice activations through my life. I've chosen out of 4 people from the whole school to go to sing in Japan with another school, and ironically enough, I lost my voice when I got there, and I wasn't able to sing. And each time I've had an opportunity to sing in public, it's just evaporated or blocked or something's happened. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, maybe that's for the best. If I've got, mermaid blood or siren blood, maybe it's better to keep that voice to myself, rather than steer anyone down the wrong path, which I think is fair, and I'm glad that happened for me, honestly. So that's interesting. I find all these things so fascinating. The other thing that has come up for me, I've always had a I've always had a lot of neck stuff going on. And I had an epiphany today that I really want to share with you, that I probably need to eat more seaweed. Seaweed has a large amount of iodine in it, and iodine helps the kidneys, and it helps regulate the body system, and it helps clear the head, and it helps clear any phlegm and nodules out of the neck, and it helps to clear sinuses. It helps to clear any upper respiratory, in fact, any respiratory issues, but it also helps the digestion. It helps the body in general recover from a lot of illness. It helps support the immune system. So I'm super excited to add a lot more seaweed into my life, because I know that when I was eating seaweed in the past, on reflection, when I'd had these thoughts before, I was doing a lot better, actually. And when I feel my neck, I do feel little nodules around my neck that could be gone. Like, why? What are they doing there? They must be there for a reason. They're there as an indicator to let me know that there's something in my life or my diet that is out of balance. And this, it could be linked, I think it's linked to potential past lives that I've had. This is what makes me unique. This is why there's never a one size fits all. You know, if we can think broader and wider than just who we are today, and maybe our family that is just that you can see in front of you, and you can look further into and deeper into your Akashic records, into your past, into who you were, and that will give you a clearer and deeper understanding of potentially what your body needs, what your soul might require for you to step in. As I said previously, past in one of my past lives, I was, definitely getting my head cut off because I'd spoken too loudly in China. I was definitely a Chinese herbalist, and in that way, this body, is much more suited to eating rice, Asian food. It digests better for me. Whenever I kind of go off off that road or I go down another road, my body just says, oh no, we're gonna, stop working. I'm gonna make you super constipated or you're going to become unwell. Um, so potentially all my past lives, if I look at them and I take stock of all of those past lives and I make those considerations because every life carries with it an essence, and every life carries with it some kind of knowledge for you to unlock. But every life also carries with it a wisdom that you get to bring into each life. And that is slowly then handed out to you or like reminded to you if you're listening as you go through your life. And when I look at my life, I just think, oh yeah, that makes sense because of that. That makes sense because of that. If especially when I'm looking at my past lives, oh, that totally makes sense there. Okay, so now I just need to have the courage and the trust to go, okay, I trust and I accept who I am. I accept all my past lives, and I accept that it does make an aspect or a facet of me in this life. And how then am I going to apply that? How then am I going to step in for myself in this life to be the healthiest version of myself, the clearest version of myself, and the most functional version of myself so that I can help help myself and then help others. That was my epiphany. I hope that it helps or reminds you or sparks an epiphany in you so that then you can also step into that for yourself. So I've put it all out there. I've shared my little heart out here. So thank you so much for listening. Thanks for watching, and I hope it benefits you. I'm going to sign off now from Tongue and Tonic. Come and visit us in the store at 474 Glen Hutley Road in Elstonwick, or alternatively, check us out online. We're on Instagram mainly, but we are on also Facebook, Rumble, and YouTube, all under the handle of Tongue and Tonic. And we also have our beautiful website. Come and join our community. Come and join our store. Come and see a practitioner for an individual health wrap up, or come and join a class. You are more than welcome. Take care.